warm-up exercises. We have basically 3 different ways to do it, and each of them are aiming for strengthening different sides, different tendons and ligaments in your palm and fingers, okay? Again, through my experience, I've noticed that when I play slow and soft and staccato, I feel that the top of my fingers and the sides getting stronger. Versus also when I play forte staccato, I feel more that flexor tendons over here are working on the bottom of my fingers. So I really feel it's a good combination for all the fingers, okay? All the sides of the fingers.
Uh-huh.
If you tell someone, oh, just play slow and forte, do you understand how it can come out very badly if you don't know anything about sound imagination, intonation,
Yeah.
arm weight, correct wrist movement, correct lifting of your fingers, correct muscle breathing? Instead of playing this, which could be a good idea, by the way, all double swing would be here.
Yeah.
Good, my hand feel powerful, exercise great. You can end up just doing here and just completely destroy your hand. After just 3 notes, it will suffocate. What you're doing right now, and it will get much, much better, you are doing only because you know in details what to do. And that's why
Uh,
the retraining program is so important, because of course we could just start with exercises and I'll tell you, just lift your fingers, move
uh-huh.
your hand and sort of play forte and try to imagine sounds forte. That will not work. Only when you
Yeah.
know everything clearly in details and you get it together as pieces of puzzle and one, in one picture, then it works together. Then will happen what you say. You feel free actually when you play this exercise rather than hurting your hand.
Yeah. This is very true. Very.
I play on completely zero volume when I play forte
Uh-huh.
for my ears. And eventually, yes, for instance, you can, after some time, just read a book or watching relaxing video while doing this with no sound.
I always practice without any volume. Always, the vast majority, because I want to focus in the movement and also the imagination. So when I play forte, I always keep this like I will this noise, this pa pa. And my question is how to when and this noise is kind of makes me think of something very
Harsh.
tense,
Yeah.
harsh.
The banging sound.
How, yeah, what exactly? What helps you to imagine
Sound texture.
so all in the imagination?
Yes. To soften the sound in your imagination with sound texture. That your wrist ignores that banging thing and it goes down and softens.
Ah,
My imagination is 100% there. So I don't feel, I sort of transcend that
ah,
actual sound that I hear because I follow what's in my mind. Also, this thing you can do after some time. Playing without volume and or doing it while watching something, you can do it only after you've done it correctly with the sound in the first place and your muscles remember the feelings.
okay.
Because of course I can say, yeah, I just focus more on sound imagination, but is it? Maybe that sound is already in the muscle memory. So the
Yeah,
muscle memory give
uh,
me that sound to my mind. You
yeah,
know what I mean? So
absolutely.
first practice it with the music in your ears, but not too loud. I usually keep mine between 5 and 6, right in the middle. I actually checked another day with frequencies. I put my earphones and I played super loud on the app, and the loudest sound was like 80 hertz. And 80 hertz is okay for your ears because you don't want to
Ah,
go. If
cool.
you go to like 85 or 90, you hurt your hearing permanently. So it's good to actually check on your phone what's your loudest. And so I know 80 hertz is between 5 and 6 when I play the loudest part of my Rachmaninoff, for example.
Ah,
Usually it's about 60, but if I go, for example, at 7 or 8, I would hurt my hearing permanently. So watch out for that when you do this
uh-huh.
exercise. We're gonna have two beats in each note, where one beat is gonna be equal to 45 BPM. Quite
Very slow.
slow. In fact, the slower you're gonna play, the greater the effect it is. Sometimes when
Uh-huh.
I get a little bit bored, I don't notice and I start speeding up. 50% useless.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So the slower you play, the better. Mm. And that's why I also suggest to have two beats in each note, because that will sort of hold you back a little bit rather than just
Yeah.
playing slow. But if you go dun dun, you actually count two
Yeah.
beats in each note. It works. Yeah. It's a really good idea. When I say the second beat, you can name it in your mind up. Because it's not really and. You know, what is it? One and,
Uh-huh.
two and, but you can always say up as a second beat. Up. That would mean wrist at 12, or sometimes finger together with a wrist on forte. Piano staccato will look like this. I'll show you here. Again, in your mind, 45 is pretty much like timing one. So you can even say, since we already learned about timing, it's a calm pulse. Really feel it first. Okay, and then you go. Notice that my fingers never leave the surface of the keys. Oof! Haven't done that for a while. I really feel it. Oh, it's nice. The softer you imagine the sound, the greater you will feel the strength. So if sometimes you feel, but imagine it softer, and you will feel much more
Uh-huh.
strength here when you do it. And the third thing that will help is to really speed up even much faster in the staccato. So, not just that, but so the faster you go through that speed, again, the greater, the better the muscles will be prepared. So slow tempo, sound imagination of a very soft sound piano, let's say, but make sure it's really piano, it's not mezzo piano, and a good acceleration in the second half of the distance between the notes and your intonation. These three things will help. You know, when you have this additional end inside, one, if it's a double swing, you reach the 12th, the top on the
Uh-huh.
first swing. So one, and now 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock.
Uh-huh. I think this will help me a lot actually. This one and thing because I think I'm doing the rolls and swings, but it's completely disorganized.
It's
It's
out of
not,
rhythm.
yeah, it's out
And
of organization.
you need to have the right momentum so it's easier to play and you are in a
Uh,
constant flow. You have to make the roll in a steady time in a way. You have to make the movement not
yeah.
fast and then slower, or fast and stop, which will kill the momentum, and then go fast again. And for that, it's good to add additional and make sure that you match your 12 o'clock where your wrist is on very top with the
Uh-huh.
12. Yeah, that helps a lot. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And when you say up, both your wrist and hand are opening up. That's what up means. So down, up. So when you say up, it again organizes your movement. Again, I somehow feel that at 12 my finger is aligned with the 1 and 4. At 12, when my wrist is at 12, my thumb is on the same line with my fourth finger, is it? Yes, correct. That's how I feel. It's like this. Your thumb never like that. And then on do, you move your elbow.
Okay.
I really appreciate that you play with the soft hands and you focus on everything correctly. But the difference between your playing and mine is in the how the finger behaves after and when it's approaching the key. What you do is this. Your fingers soft of just touching the key, which is okay. But what I do you see how this thing, I kind of, your finger is still very relaxed. It's sort of playing staccato like this, but I want really staccato as fast as possible. It's sort of taking that fast from the forte, and then you copy and paste it in piano. And your fingers remember the muscle memory from forte, but doing it in piano, and then it works. You see how active your fingers are on forte? That activity should be remained in piano. So maybe a good tactic here is to actually start with forte legato and forte staccato. And then when you've done enough forte staccato, go with piano staccato and you will get that feeling naturally. Yeah. Yeah, very good. Good.
I can feel that.
The difference. I can see it. I can feel it too. Elbow on D. And here at 12, my thumb is there. That's what you do now as well. Yeah, very good. By the way, how it is in chords imagining all 8 notes together.
It's a great exercise. But actually, I'm doing something that is making easy to imagine this 8 note, this all these notes because I'm trying to imagine orchestral music, like all the notes in like a Wagner opera. It's so difficult. It's like 20 notes. And I try to sing everyone and try to imagine every note together. So it's so difficult. And then I try to write all without seeing the score. I try to write all so I can check if I am really imagining all the notes and I am not missing some note. So it's so difficult. It requires so much concentration that when I have to imagine 8 notes in the piano is actually not so difficult.
Okay, so what I do? This way of playing should be familiar to you. Was opening the hand and at the end. On the second beat, make sure your wrist reaches 12, but add to that opening your hand and lifting as a result your fingers. Play a note on the first beat, raise your finger. My thumb does raise, yeah, it's true. And it's exactly at 12, where my wrist is at 12. Here also, I'm holding, but my thumb is raised, and then it's sort of going down. What you do is like this. You do correctly, but it looks like this. When I play, my hand is sort of shaking from this whole, energy. It's really a lot, Allow yourself to imagine louder. And make sure that that sound is still in sound texture. Going down with good sound movement. Also, a lot of tension here, but here is nothing. My hand is absolutely relaxed. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And when you say up, both your wrist and hand are opening up. That's what up means. So down, up. So when you say up, it again organizes your movement. This is very good. With forte, remember, down, up, it helps. And more arm weight, and imagine things louder. But trust me, you will feel here.
Yeah, no. It's very clear.
Yeah.
It's actually quite empty. I find very empty in the sense that I don't have like limits. It's like my hand is very open, it's very,
Free.
I don't know how to explain. It's not tense, it's more free, it's more empty.
Yeah. If you play forte correctly, you just feel so powerful because you're limitless. You're free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Arpeggio is the same. Let's try octaves, legato and forte.
We
You
have
intonate
that.
legato. You
Uh-huh.
intonate
Okay.
legato. Exactly the same. On the second beat between the notes, when my wrist reaches 12, my hand is opening up. So, yeah. I'm just analyzing what I'm doing. Yeah. So as I said in the beginning of the lesson, and I don't have much time, but I want to sort of make a short daily routine to keep my hand in a good fit before performance. I would only play scales, forte, loud like this, and legato, and staccato, and octaves, loud. Because this ultimately will create the strength in these muscles. So what you said, oh, I still feel my pinky is not strong. This will exercise as a perfect exercise to create the arch in your muscles. Sometimes
Ah.
teachers say, oh, your hand is a little bit fishy, sort of. It doesn't have this structure, like play more chords, play more leaves. You can, or you can play slowly octaves, legato, and staccato, forte, in the correct way. Great exercise, absolutely great. After that, I really feel like a good crab when I play. Okay, so. But yes, it's with the wrist movement when my roll is going towards 12 o'clock. Everything the same.
So.
Try to put the one end. The end is not rhythmically there with your wrist up.
On. And. One. And. One. And. One. And. One. And. Like that?
Yes, and now add a little bit more of arm weight. Again, everything will feel a little bit more easy and fluid and powerful and in the flow when you're gonna establish a good connection between what you're doing with your movements, how loud you imagine the sound and sound texture, how much you intonate with arm weight. When it all gets together, it will play together much better. You're on the right path. Yeah. I don't really open. I don't think I do. Not as much as in octaves. I don't think I leave my fingers here. Yeah, I don't do it. It's unnecessary. So the only thing that was missing is, but it comes from your first mistake, the rhythmical organizing with the roll and the double swing. Otherwise, yes, don't lift your fingers in
Okay.
front. All right, let's go quickly. Forte staccato. So yeah, piano staccato, forte legato, forte staccato. This is a crescendo in strengthening of your fingers. So obviously forte staccato is the most powerful exercise. I think it's all the same as we did before with legato, but now you intonate staccato. Again, at 12, you lift your finger. But now you add acceleration and you are singing. Yeah, please don't rush. Don't rush. And I really want more this. It goes a little bit too flat for me. Rhythmically organize. It's a really good idea. When I say the second beat, you can name it in your mind up. Because it's not really and, you know, what is it? One and, two and, but you can always say up as a second beat. Up. That would mean wrist at 12, or sometimes finger together with the wrist on forte. Same here. Up. Up. That's better, yeah. I think.